So, Jaquar Wright just dropped receipts backing everything Foxy Brown has said about Jay-Z, and it looks like between the both of them, Jay-Z is about to have the worst months of the year, because Foxy Brown recently decided out of nowhere to break her silence about how Jay-Z G-worded her and then blackballed her career when he was done with her, hanging her out to dry. Foxy is not the type to speak on any of the rumors about her, especially not when it comes to anything related to Jay-Z. So, for her to be speaking up now, you just know she has a lot to get off her chest. Streets are saying she might even be working with the feds because she also has tea about who really took out Tupac. And Diddy's name is in the conversation. And of course, if anyone is going to have receipts about all of this, it's Jaquar Wright. So, what does Jaquar really know about Foxy and Jay-Z? And is this the thing that'll finally topple Jay-Z's empire? Let's get into it. So, we all thought we were never going to hear anything about Foxy Brown and Jay-Z's sketchy relationship after Foxy shut down the rumors about her being Jay's side piece a few years ago. But for whatever reason, she changed her mind and decided she was going to come clean about what really went down between them. How he started messing around with her when she was just a teenager. How he used her as his side piece for years and forced her to grow up faster than she should have, and how he blackballed her career and cast her to the sides eventually. Foxy had the whole internet in shambles when she announced her decision to expose all the lies, because y'all know, Foxy is one of the OGs in the music industry. But what really got people talking was the fact that there have been rumors going around for years that Jay-Z G-worded Foxy Brown and had an inappropriate relationship with her for years. For context, Foxy Brown was one of the biggest female MCs back in the day, and she had a lot of influence on how female rap music is today. She was known for her edgy lyrics and raw talent, and the fact that she was a 10 out of 10 in the looks department. But it wasn't just the fans that were noticing Foxy's beauty. There was someone else there too, acting like he was just there to guide the young, talented rapper into her career, but thirsting after her like a dog in heat behind the scenes. Enter Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Foxy first met when she was just starting her career in the industry, and they collaborated on a few songs that were hits. Everyone thought they were becoming good friends and business partners, which was really weird because of all the huge red flags in their relationship. For one, Jay-Z was in his mid to late 20s at the time, and get this, Foxy Brown was only 14 or 15 years old. That in itself might not have been bad if Jay-Z was having a PG relationship with her. But even when they collaborated on songs, which they did a lot, Jay-Z was making her rap lyrics that were way too explicit for someone her age. And before anyone starts asking what Jay-Z had to do with Foxy's lyrics, y'all need to understand that he wrote many of the songs they did together. And there's just no way you can deny that they were super inappropriate for her age. For context, in the song Ain't No Ninja, Jay-Z made Foxy rap, "Ain't no ninja like the one I got, no one can F you better, sleeps around but he gives me a lot, keeps you in diamonds and leathers. Friends will tell me I should leave you alone. Ha ha. Tell the freaks to find a man of their own." Girl, a 15-year-old singing those types of lines is crazy. And Jay-Z is hella wrong for even writing them for her in the first place. I mean, with Foxy's talent, you could get her to rap about apples, and it'll still be a bop. So, all that freaky-ish was just pushing it. But if you thought that was the worst of it, then you need to brace yourself because that's not even half of it. Jay-Z co-wrote Foxy's song, Il Na Na, and the lyrics were even more vulgar than the other songs. In the song, Foxy rapped, "Yo, na na, so ill, first week out, shipped a 500,000, ninjas freaked out, she's all about X, pardon, check your facts." And the track record, "I'm all about plaques, shaking my behind, half naked, loving this life." Who got the illest pee on the planet? Sugar walls coming down, ninjas can't stand it, the Il Na Na. By Na Na, Foxy was talking about her if you know what I mean. Rapping about having the illest nana at 15 is nasty business. And Jay-Z just kept on writing the explicit lyrics for her. Even as crazy as the 90s was, it was still pretty unhinged for Foxy to be rapping about things like that at that age. Now, it's not like Jay-Z was behind every single song Foxy ever sang. And generally, her whole discography had that rawness to it. But Jay played a big role in shaping her career and the kind of songs she was known for. Of course, it didn't take long for rumors to start spreading that all those songs Jay-Z was writing for Foxy were inspired by real-life events going on between both of them. Now, If anything happened like that today, Jay-Z would be canceled immediately. But this was the 90s, and no one was really talking about how inappropriate relationships like this were. And that's how you know the relationship was really crazy, because even though nobody outrightly called it what it was, people were still giving it the major side eye. Now, it wasn't like they were having some sort of epic love story. I don't even know how it's possible to have a romance under those circumstances. It was more like a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship that people thought they had. At first, a lot of people thought Foxy was fast and trying to live that baby girl lifestyle on Jay-Z's dime, because there were rumors that he was basically bankrolling her. You know, paying for her hair, nails, shopping trips, and nights out. But it would turn out that the truth was actually worse than we could have ever imagined. Jay was apparently taking things out of the studio with Foxy and heating up the sheets with her when he was pushing 30. And she was still a teenager. To make matters worse, there were rumors that Jay-Z gave Foxy an STD while he was messing around with her. And Jaquar Wright came through with the receipts when she exposed Jay-Z for messing around with different young girls around the same time he was with Foxy Brown.
Produce the master recordings, Mr. Carter. It's the L99 for real. She ain't no better.
That wasn't the only time Jaquar exposed Jay-Z for giving young girls STDs, though. Jaquar once spilled the tea about how Rihanna caught herpes from Jay-Z and how that might have been the thing that provoked Chris Brown to lash out at Rihanna back in 2009.
Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started f***ing with her and signed to the death chair. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most sexually involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z had a roster of young girls he was doing the nasty with in the name of mentorship and collaboration. So he knew to keep everything on the down low, because if the word had gotten out that he was messing with all those girls, he would have found himself in the slammers. Knowing Jay-Z, he would have done everything humanly possible to keep his relationship with Foxy under wraps. In fact, there were rumors that Foxy once got angry about her situation with Jay-Z at a party, that she aired out everything, and even spilled the tea about an adult tape they made together that was sitting quietly in her house. And wouldn't you know it? Just a few days later, Foxy's house got robbed and the tape disappeared. Allegedly, Jay-Z was the one who sent people to make sure that tape never found its way to the public. If there's anything we've learned about Jay-Z now, it's that he'll do anything to keep his image clean. As cold as it sounds, you can't deny that that's probably why Jay-Z hasn't been caught with his pants down yet. In fact, according to Jaquar, Jay-Z is much worse than Diddy. The only reason why Jay seems like he's protected is that he's just smarter and more calculated than Diddy.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. Just he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years. He's fucking worse.
So, forget trying to do damage control. Jay-Z doesn't even let the damage happen to begin with. That's why it wasn't surprising when rumors started circulating that Jay-Z kept Foxy Brown on his payroll, just so she doesn't say anything about their relationship. And it worked, because we've never ever heard Foxy talk about her relationship with Jay-Z or confirm any of the rumors of her being victimized. In fact, when TMZ confronted her with the rumors, she flat out denied them and threatened to sue anybody who talked about it. She said, "The atrociousness of this story sickened me to my stomach. Any and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly was concocted with malicious intent. But all of that changed when Diddy started facing his legal troubles, and word started getting around that Jay-Z might be next to go down because he and Diddy did everything together back in the day. According to sources, Foxy has been secretly working with authorities to bring takedown not just Diddy, but also Jay-Z. And here's what a lot of people might have forgotten about Foxy Brown. She was smack in the middle of rap and hip-hop culture around the same time Diddy, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, and so on were making waves. So, she witnessed and heard many things that she just decided to keep to herself for her own safety. One of those things was Tupac's passing. So, we all know the official story. Tupac got murked in the middle of the East Coast-West Coast beef. The incident went down on September 7, 1996, when Tupac was attending the Bruce Seldon vs. Mike Tyson match at the MGM Grand. According to official reports, a car pulled up beside Tupac's car and opened fire, striking Pac 4 times. He was rushed to the hospital, where he ended up losing his life due to internal bleeding. Police never figured out who did the shooting until Keith D., a former bodyguard who had worked with Tupac, got arrested for the incident. Keith D. later confessed that Diddy paid him $1 million to do the job, but investigators could never find any link between Diddy and Keith D. However, it looks like that might be changing soon because Tupac's family just hired a lawyer to reinvestigate Diddy's connection to the incident, and the lawyer is asking some serious questions. According to reports, new evidence just surfaced showing that the car that pulled up beside Tupac on that fateful day, a white Cadillac, had ties to Bad Boy Records. So, the lawyer is investigating that angle. He's also asking other questions. Like, why was Tupac the only one that got seriously hit, despite the fact that he was surrounded by Diddy and his crew? Doesn't sound like a random drive-by at all. Now, all this comes back to Foxy Brown because word on the street is that she has receipts about what really happened that night that could be the nail in the coffin for Diddy. And according to inside sources, she's already speaking with authorities to try and piece together that puzzle. And while she's at it, she's also exposing everything Jay-Z allegedly did to her, including blackballing her career. And she's not just telling on Jay-Z, she's also exposing all the people who knew about it and just sat back and watched. And you can't even blame her for being out for blood now because, let's be real, her situation with Jay-Z was kind of an open secret in the industry. Everyone knew about it, but no one said anything. Jay-Z's former best friend and business partner Dame Dash confirmed this in an interview with Nick Cannon. When Nick asked him about the relationship between Foxy and Jay-Z, he tried to evade the question and just laugh it off.
You're a clown,
right.
At least in my vibration. Pause.
Can I ask just one question? Totally separate, but semi-related. And it just goes back early on. At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you did.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
nothing about
boss.
that. I wasn't. Oh, now I'm the boss.
I've always given you the credit as a
What I'm
boss.
saying is, bro, I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I'm just asking.
What do I got to do with Foxy Brown?
That's why I said it's a whole separate related question, Dave.
What do I have to do with Foxy Brown?
Because the first time I ever heard of
When it's
Foxy
singles,
Brown,
now Dame got something to do with it? Don't beat around the bush. Say what you want
I'm
to say.
just
What do you
asking.
mean by that question?
I was just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm
when
not
you ask me
insinuating.
about
I just
Foxy
asked the
Brown?
question. I just wanted to know.
Hey, Kenyatta, what you asking? I don't know. Why you bring
I'm
that
just
up?
asking.
Why you bring that up? What happened with Foxy Brown? I don't know.
You ain't,
What were you saying?
I'm not. I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
All right, you bringing up something, but it ain't to me.
I'm just asking a question.
I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh, now you ain't in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You was. I'm just
I
saying.
promise you, I
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
what that? Did I sign it? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying
sounds
is in this
you got
industry,
some-
when we live
it
in these
seems
glass
like you got.
houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Don't ask me his questions, bro. I'm not taking it.
I'm not just. Okay.
Y'all could keep asking me
We're
questions.
moving on.
Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that. And now I don't even want to remember nothing.
Now you don't wanna
I
remember.
didn't even think about Foxy Brown. I'm like, why you asking me about Foxy Brown? You playing.
I was asking. You.
Nas even made reference to that time in his diss song against Jay-Z, Ether, where he rapped, "Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in her pee. What you think you getting girls now cause of your looks?" And of course, we can't forget that episode of Wendy Williams' show when she outrightly said Foxy was hitting that Jay-Z sauce before Beyonce ever entered the picture. So, yeah, everyone pretty much knew about it. But just like they didn't say anything when it was happening, they also didn't say anything when Jay-Z decided Foxy had become a liability to him. He probably thought Foxy would always be the naive teenager he could easily manipulate into becoming his side piece. But as Foxy grew up and started clocking just how bad her relationship with Jay was, she decided she no longer wanted to be his plaything. And the moment she did, Jay-Z allegedly pulled every weight he could to ensure Foxy's career went down the drain. When you add that to the fact that Foxy also had beef with some people in the industry, his career didn't stand a chance. And that's why we've barely heard anything from her in the last few decades. But she finally decided to break her silence on her Instagram stories. She posted a screenshot of her chats with Marco Polo, where he said, "That's why, in the midst of it all, you're still alive to tell the story. There's a reason you've been covered. Favored blood will stand the test of trials." Foxy responded, "My story will shock you to your core. I don't play victim, but I had to step away for a minute, for my sanity, or I would have been unalived." However, Foxy later backtracked and made another post defending Jay-Z all over again. She took to Instagram and addressed the comments, saying Jay forced her to sign an NDA. She said, "Miss me with the fake news. NDA? Ain't a mother effer alive that could stop my story. NDA on my ish gon' run 100 mil. Stop playing with my name, dying for a comment. Can't spin me with the sucker-ish to take Hov down. Better ask about the cloth I'm cut from. Y'all want me to be anti-Hov so bad. F out of here, post that." Foxy also reposted fans' posts, thanking her for calling out the haters. One person said, "They want Foxy to be anti-Hov so bad. It's never gonna happen. She is cut from a different cloth." And then this person said, "Thank you for posting this. All these people making videos about you clearly don't follow you because us that do know you ain't with the BS. Much love and stay blessed." At this point, it looks like we're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I want to hear from y'all. Do you think Foxy is really being threatened into defending Jay-Z? Or is this just another clout-chasing moment for the media? Comment down below and don't forget to check out this next video.